everything.
Bumping and banging.
Big Boy's Neighborhood. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. Xzibit is in the neighborhood. Now, X, you got too many slashes now, brother. You got too many. First off, we got to say congratulations to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You like the Energizer Bunny, Jack. You just keep on working.
Man, now my family keep eating.
That's what I tell cats,
I
too.
can stop working.
Yeah, man. And then sometimes the kids, they want to eat 3 times a day.
I know. What is that? Clean clothes and having a house? What is this?
You can't throw off on them like, didn't you eat yesterday? And you want to eat today. But no, you keep working, man. Congratulations on Empire as well, man.
It's been a blessing. It's been, something that came out of, basically nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I got a new team around me, and, this is one of the first things that actually came about of our relationship. And, I've been, after doing 20 years of hip-hop and still, moving forward with the music, it just feels like, the acting and theatrical side of things is taking off another direction.
With the blow up of Empire, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, Empire is on everybody's heads, too, though.
Yeah.
When you sat down and you did watch your season 1, did you know, not that you know, because you didn't know.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That you would close out season 2 and your character would increase on season 3. How crazy is life, bro?
It is crazy. I mean, I had no idea. I had, to be honest, I have never watched the show.
Really, though?
Yeah. I watched.
So even when everybody was going crazy.
Didn't watch it. You
was building Xzibit.
Yeah, I was too busy doing
Dad,
other stuff.
husband, This thing called life big. Yeah.
And so then when I got the call to go audition for Tariq's part, I was actually going to be the Tariq's role. And then they actually casted him, and then he said, "Well, hold on, we got an idea for you. Come back, a couple of months later," and they had this role for Shyne.
Right.
And so
was Shyne created for you? You think?
I don't know.
Because usually when somebody do an audition and they don't get it, it's kind of like, all right, peace. But if you tattoo somebody's brain,
right. Well, they said that they had never had a rival on the show that could stand up and go toe to toe with Terrence. Yeah. But when we did the read and we started doing that at the season finale of season 2, then they started being like, okay, yeah, well, you got it. Hey,
man,
like, you're going to be here for a minute.
Terrence is intense, too, though, man.
Yeah.
He make you get your acting chops up.
Absolutely. Don't come on set not knowing your stuff.
Oh, really, though?
Don't come on set not knowing your stuff.
Man, he got range, man.
Yeah.
He has range, bro, and he's been having that for years.
Yeah, and
I remember it was somebody that said they did a scene with him, and he was so real, they just start crying. Yeah. Like, even in the cut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what's happening, man? I see you. You know what I'm saying? I see you over there, Shyne, man. I know what's going on. Don't Hakeem, man. Don't trust him, man. You know what I'm saying?
That is a very good impression.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. If they ever need some VO work, you know what I'm saying? Not that Terrence not going to show up, but if they ever need it, you know what I'm saying? X, we've been knowing you for years. Yeah. X has been kind of like ours. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's hip hop, it's West Coast, and then we can present it to the world. Right. Y'all can have, but it's ours. Yeah. Have you had anyone that's called you Shyne because they don't know Xzibit?
This is a funny dynamic. I think what has happened is because people have started coming up to me because of Empire now, whereas before it was from Pimp My Ride.
Right. Yeah.
So there's 2 different audiences. You know what I'm saying? And the Pimp My Ride people want to come and be all touchy and
right. Pimp My Ride.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Shut your ass up.
Great. But then because of the show and the character and how the character's played, I mean, he's choking out Nessa.
Yeah, man.
He's beating people with computers. And, he's like, God,
I'm like, man, they really captured the real Xzibit. You know what I'm saying? This dude.
Yeah. And so now people are less reluctant. Now, instead of coming up and saying something, I may get the wave across the room. Like,
right.
Or is it okay if I come say what's up?
Can I come by over there?
Yeah.
As opposed to just grabbing you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that part is good for me.
Right. Yeah. Is it harder, but is playing a character like Shyne, is that hard? Like knowing man,
well,
the wolf, the gang, you know what I'm saying?
You and I both know that being in West Coast hip hop is hands on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of material to pull from.
Yes. Yes.
I done seen some wild stuff go down in offices and studios.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
So now I kind of
and you've been through the craziness too.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you read the script, you're like, oh man, I could just go back to where we were.
Yeah, exactly.
This is easy. Like I don't need no direction on this.
Exactly. Oh, that's that time at Echo Sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, let me channel that. All right, I'm in Studio B. All right, let's go. I'm ready. Ready. Can I improvise on this one?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. How many of these TV sets do we have? I'm gonna crash a couple of these. Do you watch yourself on Empire X?
Once we get the final, cut done, I'll maybe watch it, with my family or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you hard on your acting?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, because you recently confessed that you said when you first started acting, you didn't think you were really good.
No.
That's the same thing I thought when I first started. If the hater can come out. No, but you didn't think you were good?
No, I did not.
Like, what did you watch that you were like, I could have did this
the
better?
first movie I did was Triple X2 with Ice Cube. So it was a big budget action movie.
I just remember one thing from that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even the acting. It was the wetsuit look. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
So you watched that and you probably...
I did.
Wow.
I did.
And what did you think about that performance?
I thought it would suck really bad.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? I was like, it just didn't seem organic. It didn't seem real. It seemed like I was just reading the lines and not being in the moment. You know what I'm saying? So then once I saw that, I started taking it very seriously.
Did you take lessons?
Yes, I did. I got an acting coach, Catlin Adams out there listening. What's up? How are you doing? Thank you for putting me in the right place. But I started taking it seriously. I started doing plays. I started doing things that were out of my comfort zone.
Like Derailed and Gridiron Gang, like I didn't think like you would have been looking at that like, man, I didn't have it. Because when I saw those, I was like, man, no.
Yeah, that was after I started.
Yeah, because you was on that.
Yeah.
What a humbling experience to have to just even one. That's awesome that you looked at yourself and you're like, you know what, I could be better than what I am.
Yes.
But also to know, man, I'm not great at everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But you are great now, too.
Yeah,
so.
I'm trying, man. Thank you for that. But I mean, the music comes naturally. Big knows that, it's like second nature. It's like breathing for me. But then when it comes to being in a movie or TV, everybody thinks they can act until it's time to act.
Right.
And then you got to move the nerves out the way. You got to make it real for yourself and the people involved in the scene and keep that energy going. And you have to learn how to do that. That is not something that just comes naturally.
And you got to feel like you're not acting, though.
Yes. Less is more. All that's real.
Yeah, man. Like I'll watch Cats and I'm like, man, it doesn't even seem like he's acting.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's some of the best stuff you see right there.
But how I had to come to the conclusion or that standpoint was I had to start doing an exercise during my reading of the scripts. Like I don't take the people that I'm reading it to. I put personalized information in the script. Like I'll take a pencil and then I'll read the script, and if it's somebody that I've had a relationship with that like that in my own personal head, I'll scratch their name out and I'll put their name in.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
And that makes it easier for you?
That makes me focus on the way I need to speak to them. You know what I'm saying? So like if it's somebody I need to be at odds with.
Is there a script somebody could pick up and we'll see a name and be like, whoa.
No. Once I'm done working out my characterization, I shred it.
Yeah, you definitely can't sign a script to somebody. Like, man, this is episode such and such, and I'm signing this to you. You're like, man, we got to shred that one down.
Exactly,
That's just like when you remember back in the days when somebody would write something on your yearbook picture and you couldn't show it to somebody because it was like, oh, fathead bitch or something that you wrote on you're like, oh, man, can I see your yearbook? Like, no. You can't look at this. Xzibit, Empire.
Yes.
Fox, Wednesday night. The actor.
Yes.
Go ahead with your bad
It's crazy,
self.
right, Big?
Yeah, it is, man. It really is.
Man.
X-Word,
big show.
Being a guy that we always knew from hip-hop and knowing you personally, did you ever think that one couldn't go with the other? Because we've seen people doing things.
Oh, yeah.
But then it's supposed to be this and I remember even having conversations with you where it was almost a battle early on of what you should do.
Right.
Did you? Can you explain? Like, man, sometimes we try to put each other in boxes.
Well, we got to take it a bit further back. When being involved with corporate America was frowned upon in any shape, form, or fashion in hip hop. There was no, you couldn't do commercials.
Yeah, man.
You couldn't do any of that. That was called selling out.
Yeah, man.
You know, and so now that when them CDs stopped selling, you seen people start doing all kinds.
Man. Cheetos, hot Cheetos. Hell yeah, man.
You seen commercials start popping up everywhere.
Yeah, cats start being cold with it, Jack.
So now it's different. You know, and it's always been like to a point now where, okay, so it's about brand recognition and how far you can push the brand and what you can be involved with and how you can incorporate your fan base into things that you enjoy, because now it's like that. The social media has brought us a lot closer together.
Yeah, man.
So the fans want to know how personable you can be with them and how much of the real you're going to give them through this network, this platform that we have. And so now it's about brand recognition. It ain't about selling out or doing all that stuff.
Man.
It's about, okay, what fits with your brand and what fits with what you, and are you a brand first?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get that out the way.
Yeah, because if I'm going to put this with that, I got to have something to put with that.
Exactly. And it has to balance out. And I think right now it's starting to have a balance. You know what I'm saying? It's like I had to find my way into, you know, being somebody that came out in 1996 to somebody who exists in 2016,
right?
Without making myself look like a jackass.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, you know, my God.
Yeah. There's a difference between being interesting and being thirsty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, man, X did what?
Yeah, exactly.
He's on the ballerina show.
Yeah.
Damn, Alvin.
Yeah, you don't know how many times they try to get me on Dancing with the Stars.
Really?
You don't know how many times.
Well, you know what? I do it. I do it.
I would vote for you.
I know you would, but then there'll be nothing after that.
Yeah. You're like, damn.
He's like, and then I'm done.
So that you have it, you got the Dancing with the Stars call?
For like 3-4 years in a row, I got the invite. I was just like, why?
You're like, leave me alone.
I can't do it.
They always try to tie something in that's a little close to you.
Yeah.
For one of the nights you're gonna have to wear nut huggers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's gonna be a given. And then one night you gonna come out in like khakis with a rag,
no shirt, with a dress suit on. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna incorporate Crip walking into it. They're gonna try.
Oh, come on, man. Hell no.
Say what now?
I'm gonna put a lowrider in the back.
It would definitely, oh man.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
At one time, did you entertain it?
No.
Okay, so
that was
your
never.
bank account was right too.
Yeah,
though.
no, we good.
You know what I'm
we
saying?
Good. No, even if it wasn't, no.
I don't know, man.
I'm not doing it.
Dang, man.
Back if somebody would have hit me, and you being good, but years, if somebody would have hit me, man, they would have been like, I would have been like,
Let me think about it.
yeah. Let me see. How many nights a week is it?
Yeah.
You know?
But
How many households?
But everything, you know, it
Can't do everything.
Yeah,
though.
you can't do everything, and nobody wins. Not everybody wins the game the same way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing what's good for me and what I can go to sleep with and wake up with, and I think it's working out.
What
really
if your
well.
wife wanted you to do it?
She did.
So you're not a punk in your house like me?
No.
Okay. Just checking. Xzibit, can I ask you this, man? Just to cloth the teams that you guys been dealing with, you know what I'm saying, and you've been working with 50 in his power, and you on Empire. Did 50 say anything to you about that?
No, he hasn't really said. Me and 50 cool.
I know that.
And so he hasn't said anything
like, go
directly
get
to
yours.
me.
Right.
Yeah, I think he has more of a thing like going back and forth with Taraji, and
And
yeah.
that's happy too, though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's good on one example because it's friendly competition.
Right,
Even though Empire is a way bigger show, it's on network TV. Power is on a cable show, and I mean the numbers don't lie. We deal with numbers now, and so But to give 50 Cent his props, he's produced a show that's not only been good for him, been good for that network.
Yeah, man.
It's brought so many eyeballs to that network, and to try to take something away from him because of that would be it'd be a disgrace.
How is it working with Taraji?
She is wonderful.
She's bomb, huh?
Man. She is. You talk about somebody who's on. She walks into the room and electrifies it. So she's number one, number two on that show for a reason.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And her and Terrence together are dynamite. They've done films together, and then to come and create this show that has broken down barriers and boundaries and just meant so much to so many people. And it just gives this outlook on the music industry that people just so interested in. It's like this mysterious thing, even though it's a big far fetch from what really happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
like, you know, like, man, okay, I'm in the business.
Yeah, no,
this
won't happen. Yeah, this ain't gonna happen.
Do you ever try to correct any of that?
Yes.
Damn, really?
Yes.
Because see, I don't know if I'd take I'm like, if people know, like, dude, this is glorified. This is a TV show.
But they want that, and that's the thing about the writer's room. You know,
like so you say we wouldn't do this?
Yeah, even on the spot, or they actually respect my opinion. They call me into the writer's room. They ask, you know, before we got started, what do you want, you know, this to be? You know what I'm saying? How would you see this? How has this happened?
Right.
And so
put this into your language.
Right. Make it your own. And then when I gave them back my stuff, then they came back with the script the way it's written. And so it's like the things on the spot, like you know, what would happen in the studio, who would be doing what in the studio. You know, the engineer's not gonna get up and go get a drink in the middle of the song. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know, if it's
I gotta go pick up my baby mama.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
man, ain't nobody doing that, man.
But we help them on the set by keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? It to the point where it doesn't look fake. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then if you know like I said, a lot of this is getting drawn out. You know, and made it's fantasy. It's not real.
Right.
So it gets dragged down that path. But we try to bring it back to make it palatable for the people that are in the business and the people that know about the music business and the people that know me. So.
And they were saying like and hopefully I'm not releasing anything until you want to, but your character is about to get killed off.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm just can you imagine if I just hit you with that? Like,
yeah.
Like,
Next episode, you're out of here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then that'd be Dancing with the Stars. Like, I done did all that Dancing with the Stars beef, dissing him like that. Like, man.
Yeah.
Y'all stick around. Go ahead, homie.
Nah, it's all good, man. I ain't dissing Dancing with the Stars.
All right, man. Neither am I. I'll do it.
I just said I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, right. Well, there it is. I'll do it. Show you. Xzibit, what's the relationship with you and Dr. Dre to this day?
Man, first of all, let me tell you that Dr. Dre is my mentor. He is one of the only people in this industry that has kept it 1,000%. He has looked out for me. He has looked out for me when he shouldn't have to, and he has done things for the people that are around him and his team that, you know, it just goes beyond just being the employee-employer relationship. He is my friend. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And I have nothing to say but positive things about him, simply because not what he's done for me, but what I've seen him go through. You know, I've seen him lose dynasties, just be taken away from him, and he's went around his way and created something bigger than all the things he lost all put together. Yeah, man. You know, Aftermath Entertainment, Beats by Dre, all of these things that have, you know, dwarfed, you know, what he's done in the past. And so, you know, I feel like, you know, it's tough because I feel like I want to speak out against people that speak against him and try to do things to hurt him. But it's been I've been told that that's not my fight. Right. You know, and so you see snakes in the grass. You see people have to all this or that to say about Dr. Dre, but what you cannot say about Dr. Dre is that he's the same man from those times.
Hey man, let me ask you this, and I'm good with Dre.
Yeah,
I'm good. Not as good because I see y'all around the world on yachts and all that stuff. I don't go, but I get a chance to see that on social media. That's my relationship with where it is now.
That's all good.
How does it feel to have a friend that you know is a billionaire?
Well, I mean,
do you buy dinner?
Yes.
When you and Dre go out,
man, I
want to tell you, I wouldn't.
Man, I try.
Real talk, Xzibit, and Dre, if you're watching and listening, I'm not disrespecting you, but I just wouldn't. I wouldn't even leave with, you know what I'm saying? If you was like, hell yeah, big, let's go do some dinner. I would leave my wallet at the crib.
I mean, to take that into a different realm.
Please do, because I'm stuck on stupid over
here. You know,
I'm tacky.
You try to do things for Dre that he can't do for himself. So that takes buying him something out of the equation. I think the gifts that I've gotten Dr. Dre, he couldn't have gotten himself. You know what I'm saying? Like I went and found the very first record that he ever produced on.
That's dope.
I found it. I found the vinyl. And then I found,
which record was that?
I forget the name of it, but he just produced it. He wasn't on it or anything.
Damn.
And it's just like found this record. And then I had it.
Who got that for you? Nardwar? Let me ask you, Nardwar. Like that dude.
So I got it put into a plaque. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, from humble beginnings become great things.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
You're all sentimental.
Yeah. Yeah, and
so you put thought into it.
Yes, you got like he likes things that can't be easily got. Yeah, exactly. Give him his own stuff.
Like I know you would never buy yourself any of these.
That's true.
So here goes some beats by Dre.
Right.
Man.
Are these the metallic puzzles that if you solve them, and then you can actually get a prize like $1 million if you put them all together, and it tells you the location of this.
You got to give that to somebody that's borrowing money from you. You don't give it to no man that got $1 billion. You got to give that to one of your family members that be calling you up like, Alvin, I know I said I wasn't going to call you again.
Here, solve these 3 puzzles. Wow. And the prize is yours.
And you good. You got $1 million. You working for it. You know what I'm saying? You feel good about it. I feel good about it. Show you right. Is there anything with Dre? You know how sometimes like my cats, we can go somewhere and there's a benefit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Has there been any benefit to where it's like, man, you know, we all got such and such. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or we what's the benefit that you've got from just being?
Oh man, I think
what about that yacht that y'all go on?
That, you know,
private plane.
That's material stuff. I think
But I'm materialistic.
Yeah. We don't get those things.
Yeah. I think really sitting down with Dr. Dre and having him listen intensely to what I'm going through and things that I may need help or advice with, and then he give me what he would think of it is priceless. You know what I'm saying? Like people always asking Dre for stuff. Right. You know what I'm saying? Rarely do people come to him just for some words of encouragement or some kind of advice. And I've never asked, even as long as we've been working with Dre, I've never asked him for a penny. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we've done together has been just, you know what, this is the right thing to do. This is my guy. He looks out for me. I look out for him. And then it just grew into this relationship that we have now. And so I really look at him like the things that he has to tell me and from his experiences more valuable than anything we could do with any kind of money.
You can't, there's no dollar sign on that.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah.
What's going down with Xzibit the artist?
Yes, well,
because that never goes away.
Never. And now that I got some money, I can.
Hello, you know what I'm saying? I can finally get back in that studio, big.
I can put my stuff. No, actually, it's not about recording the music. It's about marketing and promoting the music correctly. And like I said, we came from the 8 days of CDs coming out, and the first week selling 350,000 records. You know what I'm saying? And now you look at the landscape of the music is so different. So I had to figure out, where do I fit in? How do I fit in? What does my music sound like? And how do I compete with a sound that is not mine? You know what I'm saying? Because the sound is different. You know, I think the comprehension of music is different. The people's attention span is different. So how do I exist in there? And I think we got a really dope formula. And so now we about to start putting it back out. I
heard that.
But I got a team of people around me that are really, we really have a think tank when it comes to doing the right thing, the next thing for Xzibit. It ain't just going out and doing whatever like we used to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you stay extremely busy. I'm not just talking about with Empire. Like, you will still go around anywhere in the world and still keep your chops up with getting on stage, though. Yes. And I'm going to tell you, man, if y'all ain't seen X on stage, Jack, X, you don't mess around, bro.
I don't. I take it very seriously.
It's times when I would see cats and I'd be like, man, I read it and I'm like, dude, it's gonna be bad for this person. You know what I'm saying?
You can put me up. You can put me
anybody.
You can put me before 2 or 3 people if you want to.
Yeah,
them 2 or 3 people gonna be having a hard time after me.
It's gonna be bad, bro. And I've witnessed the slaughter many a times, and I've said that outside of your presence.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like there's some cats that you like. I'll see Busta Rhymes, be like, man, you don't want to go on after him. You don't want to go on after him.
Busta Tough though, he was a great live performer.
Yeah. That's what I say. You don't want to go on after him. Believe that. So with X the artist, man, once again, we'll get music 2017 possibly.
Yes, new music is coming. I'm trying to decide the name of the album now. We got like 90% of it done.
Wow. Any collabs?
Yeah, we actually just signed James Savage. James Savage is coming out.
But you got your eyes and ears and your hands on it too, though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
I will step to the point where I've started producing other artists, and I've gotten pretty good at.
Is it hands-on production too?
Yes. Yeah, we got a studio out in the valley.
Yeah.
We've been cooking out there. So James Savage is coming. I can't wait to, let you guys hear his music. And then, we just got the new Xzibit album coming after that. But, it's got to come. I'm only going to do 2 more records and then I'm done.
Really, though?
Yeah, as the rapper. You know what I'm saying? I'm 42 now.
Go ahead now.
You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this since I was 18, 19
Did you
years
ever
old.
lose the passion for it because of anything?
No, never. It's just that nobody told me when to start, and nobody's gonna tell me when to stop.
I heard that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to release 2 more records, and that'll be 10 in total of all the records that I put. Then I'm going back and put all of the records together with a movie, and kind of like the people that know me from film and television that may not know the whole story of me as a musician are gonna get it. So I'll be using, it's ironic how this works, but I'll be using the platform that I've been given in film and TV and using it to enhance my music side.
X, will you have any more kids?
Fuck no.
No.
I love that.
What's your baby boy's name, X?
Man, Gatlin.
Gatlin.
Gatlin
Little
Alexander,
Gatlin. That dude is going to own the world.
He is.
How old is he?
But I'm done. But I've been
How old
daddy
is Gatlin?
since
He got to be what, 4 or 5? 6?
He's 6.
That dude.
Yeah, he's sharp as a tack, Jack.
He a genius.
Really?
Like this dude, you get around him, then you ever talk with somebody and you start trying to make it seem like you got to speak a little more intelligent?
That's him.
I caught myself doing that with him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow, for frivolous. I'm glad you brought that up as the hemisphere and the stratosphere.
Yeah.
Synthesis.
All the hotels on the strip.
That's
But that dude is special, bro.
No more kids for X to the Z, man.
I heard that.
I've been
All
daddy
X'd out,
since
huh?
I've been daddy since I was 19. You know what I'm saying?
that.
My oldest son, Trey, he got his career going. His name is Trey Capital. He's
That's
doing well over on
crazy.
Apple Music. So I got a 21-year-old son.
Right.
And I got a 6-year-old son.
I remember when he was a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I've been here for a minute, and, I got to do things that I know are, good for my family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And being, on the road and doing a lot of, the touring and the stuff that it takes to support that.
Is it getting harder now? Because you
It
got to
is.
think, because you've been on the road like Trey's whole life pretty much. You know what I'm
pretty
saying?
much, yeah.
And that's when we talking about, the Dr. Dre, the Platinum, the Xzibits, the Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Like that had to keep you away a lot.
Yeah, and it took its toll. It took its toll.
Really? What do you mean by that?
Like the relationship between my oldest son and I had to get worked on. He had two households that he would go to, his mother's and mine. And so he got 2 sets of standards, 2 sets of rules. When one was a little heavy, then he would bounce to the other one. And so I did tour a lot, you know what I'm saying? But the support system I have now is so much better. I got people that love me, people that care about me, people that love, me when I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? And so my son is very balanced. He's very aware of when I'm not there and when I am there. So I'm very sensitive to that. When I had my first son, like I said, I was 19. I was in my 20s when I was a father.
Right.
And so you can
And then you felt like at that time you had to go get it.
I had to go get it to support him. You know what I'm saying? And it's been some things, but we went and we got some counseling. We it's very healthy the way that we approach our family, because without that, then we have nothing. So my son and I have come to I had to tell him that we grew up together. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I hear you.
And so for the parts that I didn't feel like he feels like I wasn't there for him, then I apologize for that. But at the same time, he wasn't being told that the way that he was living at that time was being supported by me.
Right.
Yeah.
From
You know what I'm saying?
to
Right.
stay here, I gotta be there.
Right. And I did all of that and went through all of them court sessions and all of those trials and all that stuff just so I could continue to be in his life. A lesser nigga would have been like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Easy
Like,
way
I'm not
out.
going to
got
deal
him?
with that.
Right.
Right. But no, I paid my dues. I paid my money. I paid to the state of California, whatever I had to do. And then I was there. But that conversation, was worth every penny, because the way we are now and our relationship now is like it was exactly where it needed to be. We just needed people to get out of our way.
I heard that.
You know what I'm saying?
And plus, he's a grown man now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
His own
growing up, we
decisions.
form opinions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, that could be a reality. Perception is reality.
Yeah.
So stepping back and recognizing that and seeing how do we talk?
Yeah.
And even going outside and saying we got to go to counseling.
Yeah.
Because some people, we don't even, we could just, I ain't
Nah, we gonna work it out.
Yeah, no, sit your ass down on this couch.
Let's really talk about it.
Get
I
it
had
out.
to hear him. I had to hear him, and I had to really like take real time to make sure that he understood that he is always going to be important to me to the point where like nothing else mattered. He had to get out the way, and we also had a point where he didn't believe that fat meat was greasy.
Right.
He didn't. He thought the world owed him a living, or that this lifestyle that he had become accustomed to,
Right, that he only knew.
that was what the world had for him. And so instead of me trying to put my hands on him or do something that like you gonna listen to me. And I was like, no, son, you know what? You don't have to listen to me. You can go out there in the world, but I'll tell you what, that world got a foot that's gonna stick its foot up your ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Without no Vaseline, son. So
Didn't
go
you
ahead.
pull him out of private into?
Yeah. He didn't believe it.
Right.
You put him into public?
You put him.
I did. He went. He was.
grade was
He
that?
was really really prestigious private school.
Right.
And
the grades
he
weren't right,
He
right?
kept bringing on Fs. So I was like, man, we gonna put you somewhere where you can get this for free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can do this for free.
I ain't gotta pay for this.
So I took him out of the school. He brought in home another report card that wasn't right. I took him out of the school and I took him and put him in a public school. The first day he came home, eyes big as dishes. He's like, Dad, these kids were fighting at the lunchroom and they kept fighting, and then when they tried to break them up, they start beating up the teachers.
Yeah, you're like, well, there it is.
I was like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
welcome.
Right.
You know what I'm
And it's
saying?
only Monday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you go home. Now you down there with people who don't give a damn about school. You know what I'm saying?
The people that's fighting
There
probably
you
got
go.
Fs.
There you go.
go.
So at that point, he really turned it around. He graduated, which is more than I could say for myself.
Did he
Yeah.
stay?
You know what I'm saying?
Did he
The
stay in the
public
public
He
school?
stayed there.
Yeah,
And
hell
he,
yeah.
and he got it down, and he graduated. He pulled his weight,
Wow.
and now we have a relationship now where when we have conversations, it ain't going in one ear and out the other. He's listening. Like I got his attention without doing anything to him.
I heard
You know what
that.
I'm saying? But I said, you have to talk to your children. You got to talk to them. You got to explain because you've been their age, but they ain't never been yours.
Right.
So you got to be able to explain to them what you've been through, and if they choose to listen or not, then fine. But you have to understand that I'm not gonna save you from anything. You know what I'm saying? You can either listen or you can go through it yourself, and then we come back and have the same conversation. But you gonna know it's real.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Xzibit, the holidays are here, man.
Yes.
What do you do for the holidays?
Well, this holiday, I'm getting the short end of the stick, man. Well, we just built a new house.
Okay, go ahead. Congratulations
thank
to you.
Thank you. And my family's going to Hawaii on vacation, but
you working?
we're still in production for Empire.
Damn.
And so I'll be home for my Christmas vacation first week of December, but that's when we have to move everything into the house.
Oh.
So I'm staying back. I'm going straight from work, and I gotta facilitate getting the house put together.
Will you be with them Christmas Day?
Yeah, they're coming back just in time for Christmas.
Oh.
So
for you
to give
they're
them
basically leaving me to do the work.
Yes.
And then coming
come
back
back home
to
so
see
they
the
can
spoils.
open their presents.
The Christmas
The house
tree.
is so nice.
Like y'all moved all this in, huh? While I was gone. Look at this.
And you probably did.
Your wife all tanned up.
Exactly.
Your son all sunburned.
You know she's
Are the presents here?
So you know she's gonna come and be like, "This is in the wrong spot."
Oh
by the way.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't here. Like, oh my God, who puts a kitchen sink on top of the basketball?
No, but it's good, man. We it's all love. I can't wait to do it for them.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? So
let me tell you a holiday story that I remember, man. And I've told this to people before. I was in the hospital on Christmas one year, right? And so I'm in the hospital, and it's Christmas Day. You're thinking like, damn, you want to be home.
Yeah.
They got a window so you can see just enough of how fucked up shit is. But they got the window where you can kind of look out, and you're not throwing a pity party, but you're like, damn, for one, I don't like being in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm just laying there and I'm watching this and I'm watching that. And so Santa Claus comes into my room, right?
Okay.
And already you got people coming in, and it's like, so Santa Claus come into my room, and for one, I'm sitting here and I'm like, nobody asked me if this Santa Claus can come in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Whatsoever.
Like, I don't want to be cheered up. So Santa Claus comes in and opens up my door, and Santa Claus looks in, right? And to tell you the truth, I've had people that when I'm in the hospital, they just kind of look in and be like, oh, that is him. You know what I'm saying? And which is cool. But Santa Claus opened up the door, looked in, and then Santa walks into my room. And I'm sitting here looking at Santa, and I'm like, all right, And then Santa pull the beard down, and it's Xzibit.
No!
Merry Christmas, nigga! Yeah, brought you some good. And I'm like, man,
No, I was Santa cuz.
yeah. But let me tell you, he said he had the greatest time walking through.
Oh my
He was
God.
like, man, I'm wearing this Santa thing. Nobody's saying Xzibit. He was like, I got old white ladies looking at me like, hey, Santa. You know what I'm saying? But he took the time out of his day.
I love that.
Whatever
So
was
sweet.
going on in his life
Christmas
to go put on a Santa outfit, drive, park, walk through a lobby, get on an elevator, walk through another lobby, and come into my room.
Santa
That
cuz.
Look,
You never forget
Look,
stuff
let
like
me
that.
tell you. Well, let me tell you where that came
love.
from. First of all, I have to tell you, off the air, Big has done some really outstanding things for me. You know, I consider him one of my really true friends. And I remember sitting when he had a smaller house, and I remember going to his house and really sitting in the living room with him, and we just sit there, and he would just let me unload. You know what I'm saying? He would listen, and then he would tell me what he thought, and we sit there and talk about things that really, mattered. Not this industry stuff, stuff that mattered. And so from that, you don't get that much in this industry. You don't get that with people that you work with. It's just high and by, you have acquaintances, but he's really like, listen, and that's more than I can ask from anyone. And so when I heard that he was in a hospital on Christmas, it was kind of like, you don't just let that slide. You don't be like, oh, he'll be all right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You do that to people that you don't give a shit about.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when I heard he was in the hospital, it was like, what can I do? Like with Dr. Dre, what can I do that it just can't be bought with money? You know what I'm saying? I went and got and bought a Santa Claus outfit.
Love that.
And I was just to put a smile on his face. You know what I'm saying? Because I care that much for
And
his
not
brother.
just a smile, bro. You
Yeah.
tattooed my brain
Oh my God, I love
with
it.
that.
That's hilarious.
And the cold part about that, man, was how, And I was like, Xzibit? And the cold thing about that, what I loved, is how real you kept it.
Yeah.
Because a week later, I got an invoice for the Santa Claus outfit. I had to pay for parking. This dude put a meal on there. He put a $80 per diem on this.
Gas
You know what I'm saying?
receipt.
Yeah, it was like gas. I'm glad we didn't have Uber then, because I would have had to pay for all that.
What am I buying you new
No
tires?
matter what it cost me, it was out of his heart. No, but I love you, X. I love you,
you too,
man.
man.
Best
Come
believe
on.
that.
Yeah.
All righty, Xzibit. Definitely want to thank you for coming into the
bro.
neighborhood,
Thank
man.
you, man. I appreciate it, man.
Every Wednesday night, Fox, it is going down, man.
Yes,
Xzibit
yes.
is on Empire now.
Yes.
Congratulations to you, man.
Thank you,
And
man.
I'm telling you,
Appreciate
bro, you have been a hard-working individual.
Yes, thank you.
You know
man.
what I'm saying? And you don't get this many years in the business and be a veteran and relevant at the same time by not working as hard as you work.
Man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for recognizing that, and I continue to do what comes from my soul, and hopefully it's beneficial for everybody involved,
Man, we thank you for coming into the neighborhood, Xzibit.
Yeah.
All righty, brother. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to get out of here now. We done spent all this time with this dude. No, Xzibit, love you, my brother.
Love you too,
Best
babe.
believe that it is
Thank
Big Boy's
you.
neighborhood.
Yeah.